how much have the two of us lived through together? In fact, I'm not even sure why we hadn't called one another for so long. Maybe too much work? Tags used for marking evidence at a crime scene. There are some photos under them. I'd like to take those tags, and those photos too. That is, if you don't mind.
Sure. You can mark everything you consider important here. That's why you're here, isn't it?
St. Peter's Church on Mission Street. That's where it happened. The blood samples from the crime scene appear to belong to 3 different people. The fact that the painting is visible in UV light means that it's made of blood. A strange painting covering the whole wall. A detailed photo of one of the figures from the painting. A figure from that painting. It seems to have wings. The UV light shows clearly discernible palm prints. This photo differs from the way the crime scene looks now. I wonder what happened there after the shot was taken. When I arrived at the scene, the spotlight wasn't standing like that. An overthrown chair, a safety helmet, and blood. A photograph from a corridor in the church cellar. The FBI has brought a UV lamp to the crime scene. It's lighting one of the walls now. The collapsed wall is obviously a result of the recent earthquake. The 4th piece of evidence is a brush? There's something that could be called a worker's kitchen next to the alcove. There's a staircase leading up to the nave of the church. The shadow of the cross is cast upon it. Engineers from Argo built scaffolding here. I guess they used it to examine the ceiling. Locked. But someone has to have a key, haven't they? I think I'll keep it on. It's much more visible in this light. Although the hands of those angels are really interesting, I don't know what I should do with them. The way those angels are turned, their hands seemingly pointing to somewhere, maybe it has some meaning? The way those angels are turned, their hands seemingly pointing to somewhere, maybe it has some meaning? This is Osram Ne Nesorma, the star and the moon, two inseparable lovers who wander through the night together forever. My gift to Max. I don't think it will be of any use to her. Kira, do you have a moment?
Sure. Do you have anything new?
There is no fallen spotlight in those pictures. Do you know how it happened?
If it's not in those pictures, it had to have happened recently. And because I work for the FBI, you can probably guess who to ask. And because I work for the FBI, you can probably guess who to ask.
Yes, I think I can. About that locked door.
It's locked? Why did they lock it? It's nothing. Ask the policeman.
Am I to put those tags everywhere where I think there's some interesting clue?
Exactly.
But you've already searched here and recorded it all, haven't you?
Well, firstly, we haven't finished here yet, and secondly, if I knew you wouldn't find anything new, I wouldn't rush you here from halfway across the world, would I?
How many times did I do this in our department? I deserve some certification. That's weird. The insides of the coffee machine are missing and its interior is freshly washed. Perfectly washed cups, a coffee machine with a clean interior. But there's a mess and dust all around. This is hardly a coincidence. I wonder what Kira will say about that. I shouldn't be doing this until I talk to Kira. Kira?
Yes, Lara.
That coffee machine next to the sink, have you noticed it?
Huh?
All that mess, yet the coffee machine is polished like new, and the cups too.
Good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Well, either one of those structural engineers was crazy about neatness, or someone had a very good reason to clean it.
I'll have it examined in the lab. Maybe they can find something. Nice observation, really.
Right. I'll look around a bit more. Maybe I'll see something else. I'd better mark the espresso machine as evidence. That mug could be important evidence, and as such deserves a label. The burner is cold. We rejected that escape route as unusable. The corridor leads to the building site next to the church, but the report says the door was locked. There's a strong smell of gas here. Good that the FBI has separated the adjacent room with a plastic curtain, or else Kira probably wouldn't be able to work there. Those valves probably turn off the gas pipes. This plug powers all the spotlights in the corridor. It looks rather provisional. Those valves probably turn off the gas pipes. I presume those spotlights were put here by the Argo structural engineers. I presume those spotlights were put here by the Argo structural engineers. That doesn't make any sense. One has to be careful with a blowtorch. Failure to do so has caused many fires. I think this might come in handy, but it's too high. Paper strips from a shredder. Either they have some useful reason for being here, or even the church has its secrets. I'll take the piece of paper. Maybe I can find some use for it. The barrel is almost empty. Only a thin layer of something sand-like on the bottom. I think it's almost empty, but maybe I can use it even so. The window overlooks the street behind the church. I can't reach there. Moreover, the window looks blocked. They probably can't easily be opened. One has to be careful with a blowtorch. Failure to do so has caused many fires. Heavy cement bricks. God knows what they are doing here. There should be a building site behind that door. I saw it from the street. I can see some shaft under the lid. It probably leads to the pipes and cables under the church. There's a full pallet on the lid. I've no chance of moving it. That door won't open. The report says it's locked and blocked by that pallet. Someone has very inconveniently put it there. I've no chance of moving that pallet. There's a full pallet on the lid. I've no chance of moving it. I don't think that would be of any use. I don't think this has anything to do with the investigation. I don't think this has anything to do with the investigation. Paper strips from a shredder. Either they have some useful reason for being here, or even the church has its secrets. I already have a paper strip. I don't think I'll need more. I probably should try to shut off the gas, but God knows where all those pipes lead to, so I don't feel like shutting them all off. Maybe if I find the exact place of the gas leakage. I don't think that would be of any use. Kira, do you have a moment?
Sure. Do you have anything new?
The blowtorch in the corridor. It could be important.
You think so?
Finding a blowtorch near a place where there's a gas leak is a bit suspicious.
Oh, you're right.
All that evidence, the tracks he left behind.
He wants us to catch him?
Maybe. Or he wants to be seen.
No letter to newspapers, no crime in a public place. If he wants to show off, then probably only to us. Maybe it's some game of his.
Maybe. I don't think this has anything to do with the investigation. That doesn't make any sense. I can see some shaft under the lid. It probably leads to the pipes and cables under the church. Heavy cement bricks. God knows what they are doing here. I've no chance of moving that pallet. There should be a building site behind that door. I saw it from the street. That door won't open. The report says it's locked and blocked by that pallet. Someone has very inconveniently put it there.
No! Don't do that! Have you lost your mind?
What? Why? The gas?
Of course! What do you think would happen if there was even a single spark? You don't remember the report stating that the gas is explosive?
Sorry, I didn't realize.
There is still a leak somewhere, so we have to stop it first. Then we have to ventilate the gas that's already here, and then you may play with electricity as much as you please.
Sure, and thanks. Such a stupid, foolish mistake.
Agent Durand? Oh, are you here?
Oh, yeah. You'll surely enjoy him. It's really a remarkable experience working with him.
And what about the gas?
I'll try and find out where it's leaking before you finish with him.
Agent Durand, so you're the one who's gonna show us how to do it right, huh? Oh, my apologies for Edwards.
Don't worry about it.
That man's head is hollow, but people on the streets respect him. I don't get why. Yeah, and here's the FBI report about the technician who wasn't here when it happened. Well, continue with your investigation. By the way, it's pretty neat in here, isn't it?
Well, one certainly can't choose a crime scene.
That's right, at least if you're not a psychopath who paints with human blood. All right, it's all yours. It's already been documented both by my guys and the FBI, but if you think you can find something...
That metal door is closed. Do you have a key?
Of course. What do you think, we're totally incompetent here?
Could we now go over what we know?
Well, we've got 3 missing engineers. The 4th one was lucky. He was at the hospital when it happened. Look at this folder. The culprit? A fanatic out for publicity.
And where would you say those missing persons are?
What do you think? Dead, of course. Their bodies are probably in the bay or dumped somewhere.
So could you please unlock that metal door for me?
Let's go. And by the way, have you noticed you've been getting our full cooperation with anything you've asked for? It'd be nice if you mentioned that in your report. And it's open. Nothing's stopping you now. Now try to do your best. I've got to go deal with Edwards again. And take care not to stumble over anything. One can't be too careful.
FBI Special Agent Badge. Some people like us, some don't. But everyone has to cooperate. The gas leakage is probably pretty weak. I'm not going to find it by using my hands only. Huh. Maybe I should use a piece of paper to find the place where the gas is leaking from. Several gas pipes? I'd expect one or two, but this looks complicated. Yes, if I find the correct place, the paper scrap will surely react. This is it! This is where the gas is leaking from. Now I'll wait for Lara.
So?
I know where the gas is leaking from. It's from this joint. I don't think we can fix that, but I guess we could turn off the gas mains.
Great. I think I can do this myself. You can get back to whatever you're doing there. It seems damaged. Stopping the gas flow isn't going to be that easy after all. And done. The gas isn't leaking anymore. Better not. The gas is still quite concentrated there. Kira?
Yes, Lara.
Someone should look at that place where the gas is leaking to check if it really was caused by the earthquake.
Absolutely, they certainly should.
That Burke isn't exactly a genius, but I've seen worse. Much worse.
Yeah? Just wait. He'll surprise you yet. We usually get along with the police without any problems, but he's the exception to the rule.
I think that's the place where the subway cave-in happened. Anyone could come and leave through the hole leading to the tunnel, and maybe take something, or somebody with them. The main part of the investigation takes place here. There's the principal evidence, the painting painted with blood. Gas leaked here. Fortunately, Kira warned me soon enough. I can't get to that door, it's barred by building materials. I can't get to that door, it's barred by building materials. I came through there. Originally, the door was locked. I can't do that. It's bolted down. This is called a tri-square, I think. First clamp is out. I can't do that. It's bolted down. Second clamp is out and the ruler is loose. I'll borrow the ruler. It's not evidence, so it shouldn't be a problem. I found myself in the place where the subway cave-in occurred. Central nave of St. Peter's Church. I can't go there now in the middle of the night. I came to the crime scene from the street through that corridor. This case belongs to the FBI technicians. I'm permitted to study the crime scene, but I guess they wouldn't be too happy if I went through their stuff. Judging by the dust layer on the handle and the bottom edge of the door, it hasn't been open for several weeks at least. It must be 10 or 20 meters long. It could come in handy. That looks like a record of the work the Argo technicians carried out here. Let's look at the last pages. A wire like this can be used in many ways. At least I hope so. Well, I'll take it anyway. I think this is called a tri-square. It looks sturdy. This is definitely highly useful. I should keep it permanently in my handbag. So here's the place of that accident. It looks scary. An overthrown chair, a safety helmet, and blood. When I arrived at the scene, the spotlight wasn't standing like that. The collapsed wall is obviously a result of the recent earthquake. It's hard to say what the can contained. It's a bit rusty, but there are no holes in it. Now, I don't know what it could be used for, but something may come up. It's a bit rusty, but otherwise it looks all right and has no holes anywhere.
If I'm saying I told you something, then I told you. You think I'm lying?
No, not that. Maybe you just forgot.
No, Edwards. Forgetting is your specialty. Oh, look, our dear guest from France has finished. So what did we overlook? Or maybe we can help you with something.
So originally there were 4 of those structural engineers. What about the 4th one? The one who survived? Who is he?
Yatsek. Yeah, but he wasn't there with them. Reputedly, they rushed the work too much. Something broke loose somewhere and wounded him. He had to go to the hospital, and that saved his life. He won't have much to tell us about what happened here.
Down in the corridor, there's a door leading to the building site.
And?
It probably would be useful to look there.
Maybe it will surprise you, but we looked at the building site over the fence. The other side of the door is filled with more pallets. So, wait for it. And so it's useless to interest ourselves in the building site. They call that, dear miss, a deduction, you know?
I assume you've seen the blood test results? Anything interesting?
Sure, of course I have. We don't dismiss any evidence. And if something like that is found, of course we try to utilize it. I'm not a novice. I know that every little...
To the point, please. The blood tests.
I only wanted to emphasize we certainly haven't underestimated anything. According to the analysis, the blood belongs to 3 subjects. One of them has been confirmed to be one of the 3 structural engineers. To confirm the other 2 is only a matter of time.
I already have some information from the folder we received. Is there anything new?
Nothing I know about, but there is one strange thing. You probably know how much blood the average male adult has.
Usually about 5 liters.
Well, it seems you Europeans have as much as we do. And now think about cutting the throats of 3 people. Or even just 2. You'd expect more blood around here, wouldn't you? That man had it planned, I'll tell you that.
That sounds logical.
Logical thinking won't help you much, miss, when you don't have enough practical experience. Luckily for this case, I've got both.
That will be all for now.